Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to the channel. And today we're making a great pasta dish, orecchiette with broccoli rabe and sausage. And we're going to make a nice emulsified butter sauce for this called a beurre fondue. It's going to be fantastic. So let's get going. Let's make this pasta dish. We're going to start with our broccoli rabe here. And we're just going to use the florets for this. The leaves we can keep, put them in a Ziploc bag in the fridge. Use them to saute with some garlic and oil, or make a pesto, or even a salad out of them. But for this pasta dish, I like to just use the florets. I'm going to blanch and shock them. I'm going to get a nice vibrant green color. I'm using sweet sausage for this. You could use spicy if you want, or a combination of both, but I like the sweet. So I have my oven preheated, and we're just going to roast these off in the oven until they're fully cooked. So I got our broccoli rabe, and we're going to blanch this. Got a pot of boiling water here. We just want to add some salt to it. We don't want to over salt it. Have an ice bath there. And we'll just add our broccoli rabe. And we don't want to cook this too long. Maybe 30 seconds to a minute. Just to get that nice vibrant green color. Just to cook it through. Because we're going to cook this some more. We're going to saute it in the pan. And then it's going to get mixed with our pasta. So we don't want this overcooked, because then it'll just be mushy broccoli rabe, and that's not what we want. So this has been in for a minute. We'll take this out, add this to our ice bath, and again this is going to immediately stop the cooking process, and it's going to make sure we have a nice vibrant green broccoli rabe instead of like an army green. I'm just going to line a tray with a clean dish towel here, because we're not going to need our broccoli rabe yet. We want to get some of this excess water off, let them dry up a bit. So we'll just space them out on this dish towel here. We'll put that aside, we'll bring it back later. In the meantime, we'll make our beurre fondue. So I have 3/4 of a cup of butter. We're just going to put that in the saute pan here. And to emulsify it, I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of water. And to the water, we'll add about a tablespoon of butter. And then we'll put this over medium heat. We'll just whisk that together. And that'll become emulsified. Equal parts water to fat. We don't want to boil this, because then our emulsification will break. So now that our beurre fondue is emulsified, we can gradually add the rest of our butter. About 2 tablespoons at a time. Again, whisking over medium heat. Making sure the mixture does not boil, because then it'll break. And I like to make this sauce because whenever you order this dish, since it doesn't come with a sauce usually, it's usually just drowned in olive oil. So you have your orecchiette with broccoli rabe and sausage just sitting in a pool of olive oil. And that's not very appetizing, so I like to make this sauce, coats the pasta nicely, and has a great flavor. You'll see in a second when we season this. We'll just whisk in the rest of our butter here. And you can see the consistency of the sauce. That's exactly what we're looking for. I'm just going to put in some salt here. About a teaspoon. Some fresh cracked pepper. And we'll add some granulated garlic. And finally, I like to put a little Aleppo pepper, just for a little hint of heat. It's not overpowering, but just a little bit of heat. We'll whisk all that together, and that's it. Our sauce is ready. We'll put this aside, keep it in a warm place, and it'll be ready to go. So our sausages are done. They're beautifully browned, and they're cooked through. Put this aside for now. So I have a head of garlic here. We're going to take 4 garlic cloves from here. Hit them with the back of our knife. Then we'll just peel these, and we want to thinly chop this garlic. We don't want it too thick. As thin as you could cut it with a knife. Alright, that looks good. Now we'll bring back our sausage here. We have our broccoli rabe blanched, cooled down and drained. We're just going to cut the sausage on the bias here, as thick or thin as you like. That's a good size. Now we have our orecchiette. All the components are ready, we just have to cook the pasta. So we'll salt our pasta water as always. Make sure you generously salt it. Give it a taste, make sure it's seasoned well. That tastes good, so now we could add our pasta. And while the pasta cooks, we'll get everything else ready to finish off this dish. I'm going to put some olive oil in a pan here, just to coat the bottom. I'm going to bring back that thinly sliced garlic, and we're going to add that to the pan. We don't want the pan scorching hot here, just over medium-low heat, just to start to extract the flavor from the garlic. We don't want to burn the garlic here, we just want to lightly brown it. Starting the color. It's going to give this olive oil a nice flavor. Keep an eye on this. Again, we do not want to burn this. Well, since our broccoli rabe was cold, we want to heat it up obviously. We're going to put it right in. It's going to soak up the flavor of this garlic infused oil. Give that a nice toss. Now we'll bring back our sausage. It's all sliced. And we'll just mix that in. Add a little of that nice starchy pasta water. And now we have a nice mixture here of our sausage, broccoli rabe, garlic chips. Let that hang out while our pasta finishes. And to test our pasta, take one out, give it a taste. It's perfectly al dente, so we'll drain this. So I have the pasta in a bowl here. Notice it's still hot. You never want to drain pasta and then cover it with cold water, just taking off all the starch. So we're going to add our beurre fondue here to our pasta. We'll add most of it in. Toss that in with the orecchiette. Coat all the pasta. That's ready. We'll bring back our broccoli rabe, sausage, and garlic and just pour all that in right over the pasta. The rest of our beurre fondue sauce here. And then toss everything together. That looks great. It's not drowning in oil. Our butter sauce is coating the pasta beautifully along with the sausage and broccoli rabe and the garlic. We're ready to plate this. We'll just put some here in the center. Mound it up a bit, give it some height. That looks good. Now I have some pecorino romano, and we're just going to grate that right over the top. Definitely be generous with the cheese. And that's going to finish this off. Orecchiette, broccoli rabe, and sausage. Give this recipe a try. Thanks again for watching. We will see you next time.